Okay, so I looked up some stuff on Reddit to see if I can help in any way, shape, or form. So I found this post, and it says, I always tell myself not to care about people's opinions, and I know that people aren't always focusing on me, but sometimes it just goes over my head, and I don't do certain things because other people don't like it, and I'm afraid they won't like me. How do you not care about people's opinions, or what do you say to yourself to snap out of it? This was posted by TTTTTT56655. Okay, on Reddit. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, I guess. This is something I just had to deal with, actually. And, of course, I had to consult my friend about it. So that's what I'm trying to be for you. Okay? So how do you not care about people's opinions when you feel like people are focusing on you, even though in your logical brain you know they're not? Well, basically what I learned to tell myself is they will judge you regardless of what you do. Remember that. It's not something that people just say. Like, people make assumptions about you all the time, subconsciously, no matter what. I mean, that might not help your anxiety, but it might help you just start doing whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to judge me for making a video. They're going to judge me for how I talk, how I look, my lighting that's weird, my set, everything. Like, when I started making this video, I was like, oh, what am I even doing? Because I know people are going to judge. I know that that's what's going to happen. Or maybe no one's going to see it except the people in my immediate life, and then I got to hear about it. But that's okay. Because ultimately, you have to do what makes you happy and not care about what other people say. No matter what. Even if you put on your best face, people are going to judge you. And I was talking about getting a tattoo as an example. I was like, people are going to think, I'm trash, or I'm this, I'm that. It was like, oh, you were, good looking-ish, but now you got a tattoo and now you're trash. Those people don't matter. You have to do what makes you happy. And that's the only thing that's going to work for you. So that's what you should tell yourself. And as far as I'm afraid they won't like me, I also just dealt with this and was talking to my friend. Like, you gotta set boundaries in place, and that's very hard to do. Sometimes you might say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm okay with, I don't know, let's say going to the store with somebody, like, every week. But then eventually it starts to, like, drag on you. And you feel like, oh, well, maybe now I'm not okay with it anymore, because now it's, like, taking too much of my energy, or, like, I want my time back to do other things I need to get done. Something like that. Sometimes you just have to say, like, okay, I was okay with it, I thought I'd be okay with it, but actually, unfortunately, I can't do this anymore, or something like that. Like, you don't even have to say I'm sorry, you just have to be like, I just can't. I can't go with you anymore, or whatever it is. You have to put those boundaries down, and a lot of people, like, if they don't like you for doing what's best for you, those are not your people. Those are not the people you want to associate with. Don't live to be liked, just try and be likable. Does that make sense? Like, don't go out of your way and bend over backwards for people just to be liked, because they could be using you. Just try and live authentically and be someone that people like to be around just for being you. Most people will understand where you're coming from when you have to set boundaries, and they'll respect you for it. So just try and tell yourself, like, me putting this boundary down doesn't mean that I'm unlikable. You gotta, sometimes, I know, especially if you're one of those people that puts others before you, that's gonna be very hard to do, but also recognize that sometimes that's detrimental to you and your mental health, and that's very important. And that will bring me to my next piece of advice. This one I thought of myself, and maybe I'm not equipped to answer it, but I think I'm starting to get the idea of how to answer it. basically, it's how do you find happiness? I have dealt with depression before, and anxiety, and just general baseline feeling down. And I think the way you find happiness is you have to push yourself to have a routine. Like, I got a dog, and he really forced me to have to get up and do things. Like, I have to take him out. I have to feed him, you know? So, getting into a routine is good. But also, for, like, just general happiness, what I'm finding in my mid-20s as I, work a career, and also I'm getting into YouTube now, it's because I felt like, I can put that off. I have time for that. I have time for that. I can work on my dreams and stuff later. I got time. Well, now I'm in my mid-20s. People are getting married, having kids, working careers, and I'm just like, ooh, I am not happy. So I'm realizing, no, I gotta do the things that make me happy. I think a lot of people equate happiness with money, but I think I'm hoping, that the money one day for you or me or whoever comes just by being passionate about what you do. I think just living authentically and passionately working toward what you want to do is what people really want to see. And a lot of people can make careers out of that. So, like, if your passion is, like, breeding snakes, or, you really love making dog collars, or something, off the beaten path, but you're passionate about it, and you love doing it, people are going to follow that. And that will probably give you a lot of satisfaction and happiness. But just remember that the happiness doesn't come from numbers on a paper, You have to just do what you do because you love to do it. I hope I'm not beating a dead horse, but it's like, if you like going on nature hikes, go and get out there and go on a nature hike. Get you some friends, like, on Facebook or something. Go to, like, a Facebook group. Get some people together and be like, y'all want to go on a hike? Get out there and meet people if that's what you want to do. So, that's my advice for general happiness. I feel like I should do one more. So, let me find something. You know what? The next question is going to be similar to the last. I know I said I didn't want to beat a dead horse, but here we are. It's how do you get started doing whatever it is that you want to do? The old-fashioned way, little by little. You just have to accept that you're not going to come out on top. You're not going to start, with the professional everything. Like, if you want to be a photographer, you gotta just start taking pictures with whatever you have. Okay, there's a Lightroom. I think that's what it's called, that app. That really would do a lot, and you could just start off by doing that. Just start taking pictures on your phone, using the little app, post it on an account, start doing, photo shoots with, like, your friends, or, like, nature, or cars, whatever you like to take pictures of. And just keep on doing it. Just consistency, I think, will be key for something like that. Like, let's say you want to start a business. Well, obviously you have to do some research, probably write a business plan. And in my experience, I've talked to an entrepreneur before who owns a very successful restaurant in my area. And he said basically just get your name out there. Just get all the papers that you need, and a lease, and vendors and stuff reach out to you. So sometimes you just literally have to get the paperwork, and eventually the pieces start to come together. Because there are I don't know what they're called, like agents or some business agent or some kind, that circulate like newcomings in industries, newcomers sometimes. I think, I know I'm butchering that, but I saw like job openings that I was gonna apply to, so something about that. I don't know. Either way, sometimes just getting your paperwork done is the foot in the door that you could need, because if somebody sees it, they can put you in contact with the right people, and it just goes from there. Does that make sense? You just start from the ground up. Don't look at the big picture right away. Like, have it in the back of your mind, but just one step at a time. You gotta focus one step first. Then, so the first thing you want to do if you're starting a business plan. Okay? That's what you want to do. Then, once you start researching for a business plan, maybe then you'll learn the next steps, and the pieces will slowly start to come together. Okay? That's all I have. Take it or leave it. I don't know if it was good or not, but if you want me to answer some of your questions, please drop them in the comments. I don't care what they are. I'll try and answer whatever I can. Okay? That's what I want to do. That's how I want to give back. A little bit of entertainment, a little bit of my 2 cents. You feel me? So, that's it. I'm done. Bye-bye.